I feel really strange because I got my hair done yesterday. I get my hair done like twice a year, literally twice a year. I hate to get my hair done. It's literally, it's a first world problem, but I absolutely hate going to the hairdressers. And I got it done yesterday. I got it really cut like quite short, and I'm a little like shocked. And also I got it much lighter. So let me know what you guys think. Actually, don't let me know, otherwise I'm gonna second guess myself. I think it looks quite good. I don't know. So today's video is 13 of the best party fragrances. Since we are now coming into the end of the year, Christmas, New Year, festivities, everything, I wanted to recommend you guys some killer party fragrances. I know for me personally, I'm gonna be going to quite a few different events and fun. I don't know if the word party is right. I don't know, for me personally, I'm going to be going to quite a lot of like events and parties, etc. because I'm going home next week. I am so excited to go back to Australia, and there is a lot going on in Australia at the end of the year, because if you guys don't know this, we're in summertime in Australia at the end of the year. So it is like good vibes all around. There is so much to do. There is so many cool things going on, and I just cannot wait. And I'm going to take a few of these with me to party in Australia. So let's just go ahead and get into the list. For me, a party fragrance has to smell powerful. For one, it has to last. It has to smell powerful. It has to grab people's attention. It has to be something really fun and outgoing and quite loud and maybe flirtatious a little bit. And that describes the characteristics of all of these fragrances to a T perfectly. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I want to start out with this fragrance right here. It is from Boadicea, the Victorious. I know Boadicea is a very expensive brand, but I want to recommend it to any of you that do have a little more budget when it comes to purchasing a fragrance. This is Violet Sapphire from Boadicea, the Victorious. Now, you guys know, if you watch my channel, I love Blue Sapphire. It is one of my favorite fragrances right now. I think it is incredible. But when it comes to like a party fragrance, I wanted to go ahead and recommend Violet Sapphire, because for me, it really has this fun, fruity edge to it. If you don't know how this smells, for me it is a very strong fruity, musky, oudy, ambery scent. Now the oud in here, I do have to admit to you guys, is a little bit skanky and animalic, so definitely be cautious when trying this fragrance. Be prepared to smell something a little bit skanky, just a little bit, but for me it works so beautifully in this fragrance. I want to give you guys a comparison, but again, whenever I give a comparison between two fragrances, always take it with a grain of salt and don't take it too seriously. So for me, this fragrance kind of reminds me of like Herba Pura, but with amber and oud. Like, that is the comparison for me, and I want you guys to imagine that in your head. For me, it has this really like kind of passion fruity, peach, fruity opening. I think there's also some raspberry in the top. There's peach, there's passion fruit, I think. Then you have like a muskiness overall, and you have this beautiful animalic oud in the base with some amber. It is incredible. It's very like sexy, very attention grabbing, and the perfect party fragrance in my opinion. Longevity projection on this one is a beast. This fragrance lasts about 10 to 12 hours on my skin personally, with a minimal like nice projection. So fantastic scent from Boadicea, absolutely love it, and it totally fits that kind of party mood, party vibe. So maybe I'm gonna take it with me to Australia. Next up, we have a Kilian. I was gonna consider putting in Angel Share, but I feel like I've spoken about it so much recently that I wanted to change it up and put in Intoxicated, which is probably my top 3 from Kilian. Intoxicated, if you've never smelled it, is the most sexy, powerful, spicy green coffee scent. The name Intoxicated is so well suited to the scent inside. Like, they killed it with this one. Coffee, patchouli, it's spicy, it's a little bit green, it has the coffee note, and it's so addictive. It is sweet, but I don't feel like it goes too far into the sweet gourmand territory. I feel like it stays perfectly balanced. For me, this is a completely unisex scent. It could be worn on a man equally as much as a woman. And for me guys, this one is, I know I've already said it so much, but it's so addictive on the skin. I would say you get about 8 hours of wear with this one with a nice minimal projection, but it just smells addictive. That's it. So for me, the perfect party scent. I really want to wear like a red lip and like a sexy black dress when I'm wearing Intoxicated. It just really gets me into that mood. So the next fragrance that I want to recommend is from Amouage, and it is Overture Woman. I have not worn this in such a long time, and I don't know what is wrong with me, because this fragrance, oh my gosh, you guys. I smelled it the other day, like I was just kind of testing it out, and I smelled it and I was like, why on earth have I not worn this fragrance for such a long time? Oh my god. A powerhouse. Not only does it have a beast mode longevity and projection, the DNA is so mesmerizing. Like, this is a head turning scent. This is an eye catcher. This is everything that you want to wear at a party. It's dry, it's spicy, it's fruity. I believe in the top you have some apple and you have some saffron, which I definitely feel. You have a delicious boozy note in here. It might be cognac, I'm not sure. And then you also have some resinous touches. So think of like a fruity, dry, sweet, spicy scent. I don't know why I haven't worn this one in so long, but I'm definitely gonna pick it up again and start wearing it. I was kind of obsessed with material from Amouage for quite a while, but I think I'm gonna shift my attention over to Overture because it's just fantastic. Really guys, this one is a killer fragrance, and the longevity and projection is beast mode. So definitely check this one out. I think it's Annick Minato who made this one, and I love her. So fantastic fragrance. Check it out for a party vibe. It's perfect. The next fragrance is from Initio, and for me, Initio, there is many fragrances that fit like a party vibe. There is Oud for Greatness. I was almost going to put Oud for Greatness in here, to be honest with you. There is Side Effect. There is, what else? So many. But the one that I wanted to put in this list is Blessed Baraka. I remember when I went to New York, I think it's 3 or 4 years ago now. I remember wearing this fragrance at Scent Explorer, and I got so many compliments that time. And to be honest with you guys, I haven't really worn Blessed Baraka much since that event in New York 3-4 years ago, whenever it was. I have not worn Blessed Baraka in such a long time, and I assume it's because I don't really live in a cold climate at all during any time of the year. And I feel like Blessed Baraka is more suited to like a colder climate because it's very ambery, it's very spicy. And I think that that's where my head's at in terms of why I haven't worn it. It is incredible, like absolutely incredible. I actually have the notes on the back, which doesn't make any sense to me right now. It says that there is white flowers, sandalwood, vanilla and musk. I do not smell that at all. Like white flowers, where? There is no white flowers in here. For me, this is such an addictive and sexy, ambery, spicy, slightly smoky, woody scent, and it is just divine. One of the best from Initio by far. For me, the top is Psychedelic Love, Side Effect, Oud for Greatness, and Blessed Baraka, and Absolute Aphrodisiac, of course. But Blessed Baraka, for me, it really has that party vibe, that look at me vibe, that attention grabbing sort of scent, and you definitely need to check it out. Spicy, ambery, sweet, woody, a little bit smoky and dry, and it is just addictive. So definitely wanted to recommend you guys Blessed Baraka. I might even take this one to Australia with me because I love it. I haven't worn it for so long and I miss it so much. So definitely a 10 out of 10 scent. Okay guys, so the next fragrance is the new launch from Kayali. This is Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. I did get a lot of people asking me my thoughts on the scent, and I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. I really love it. I think it is fantastic. I think Mona did an incredible job with this fragrance, especially since it is like a flanker, you could say, to the original vanilla. So I feel like she had more pressure on her this time to create something incredible, and I really think that she did a beautiful job with the scent. I'm gonna read the notes for you guys. You have vanilla, rum, creme brulee, brown sugar, oud, and patchouli. For me, the patchouli is the perfect addition to the scent. It kind of just adds more depth to it. I definitely feel this kind of creamy, sort of sweet, gourmandish feeling. Almost like a coconutty vibe. I don't know if there is coconut in the fragrance, but it kind of feels like there is this slight coconutty sensation going on. I definitely feel the vanilla, I feel the patchouli, and I get this really smooth, creamy, like buttery gourmand note that is just delicious and really, really good. So I wanted to recommend you guys this one. Longevity and projection, when I tested it, it lasted about 8 hours on my skin with a really good projection, and I have heard from a lot of reviews that this fragrance lasts and it projects a lot, like it has a huge throw on the scent, so keep that in mind. I'm excited to wear this one out. I'm excited to give it a full testing because I really love the way that it smells. It might be one of my top favorites from Kayali alongside Utopia, because that's my other favorite, and Vanilla 28, of course. So Vanilla, Royale, Sugared Patchouli. I love it. I think it's perfect for a party vibe. The next fragrance that we have here is African Leather from Memo Paris. I have been talking about this one quite a lot recently because I absolutely love it. I just discovered my obsession with it like several weeks ago, and the obsession is real, you guys. Like, I cannot stop wearing this one. It's so good. It's spicy, it's fresh, it's a little bit green, it's a little bit sweet and ambery and resinous. It is just incredible. Like, I know it's called African Leather, but in my opinion, it doesn't smell like leather at all. I had a few people commenting that they don't pick up any sweetness in this fragrance. For me, on my skin, I pick up a sweetness coming from somewhere. I think there's cardamom, cumin, leather, geranium, something like that in the fragrance. But for me, what I really get is something a little green and fresh in the top. I get this really spicy feeling overall, which is very, very addictive and very attention grabbing is the word, and that's kind of the key word of this video. Like I said earlier, you want something attention grabbing if you're going to a party. And I do get like this sweet ambery resinous vibe as well. It is a 10 out of 10 fragrance, probably one of my top 3 from Memo, if not my favorite. It is just fantastic. I recommend it for both men and women. I feel like if you're a woman and you're kind of into more unisex fragrances and you like spicy, there is a big chance that you would like African Leather because it really is fantastic. So love it. Longevity projection is great. Compliments are great. It is a fantastic scent. So the next fragrance that we have here is Venom Incarnat from Stephane Humbert Luca. You could also wear God of Fire for a party vibe, but I feel like that's more a summery party vibe. Venom Incarnat, it works for summer, autumn, winter, spring, anytime, any party that you're going to, it works. Venom Incarnat is such a sexy, delicious, fruity leather scent. I do pick up a slight animalic tonality, just a little bit, like just a hint of an animalic tone I do feel in the scent, but you're mostly getting this very sweet, a little bit syrupy, fruity, caramelized leather scent. And it just smells addictive and very, very sexy. I did wear this one a lot this summer for parties and events and stuff, and it just smells great. Big compliment getter. It lasts a long time on the skin, and for me, it's just fantastic. I would say if you like La Capitale from Xerjoff, you would probably like Venom Incarnat. They don't really smell the same, to be honest, but they have the same idea, like a fruity, sweet, leathery scent. They definitely have like the same idea, and I absolutely love Venom Incarnat. It is fantastic, so definitely check this one out. So the next fragrance on the list is Ojar Infusion Velours. Now, for all of you people that love Oud for Greatness and you really love that kind of dark, incensey, smoky-ish, sweet fragrance, try Infusion Velours. Not because they smell the same, I just feel like if you liked Oud for Greatness, this fragrance will definitely align with your taste, and it is fantastic. Infusion Velours, wow, wow, wow. It's fruity in the top, but not too fruity. It has a raspberry note and a blackcurrant note, just to kind of bring like a sweetness. It doesn't smell girly and fruity, it smells dark and fruity. Then you have some oud, I think there's some pepper, some patchouli, etc. But for me, what I get is the sweetness from those fruity notes, and you get like this dry smokiness going on overall. The oud is not skanky, it's more just kind of supporting the fragrance and making it feel kind of dark. And I definitely feel like this kind of incensey, dry, smoky, woody character overall. It is a 10 out of 10 fragrance, and let me tell you, this is a beast. This is a beast. This is for somebody who wants to leave like a 20-meter trail behind them. Try Infusion Velours because it's going to project It's gonna last all night or day, whatever you're doing. It is just incredible and very, very intoxicating. So love the fragrance. It is absolutely fantastic. And Ojar in general is a new brand, and for me, I am really, really excited to get more of their fragrances into my collection because they have a very powerful character to them. All of the fragrances, they smell really, really powerful, really strong, really addictive, and I'm loving this brand at the moment. So Ojar Infusion Velours, this one is a party scent. Next up is one of Pierre's favorite fragrances on me of all time. I replied to one of you guys in a comment. You asked me, whoever you are, I'm sorry, hello. You asked me what is Pierre's three favorite fragrances on me, and I told you Pas Ce Soir, Nightfall Patchouli, and Psychedelic Love from Initio. Nightfall Patchouli is a party fragrance, or at least that's how I like to wear this fragrance. This just smells just so good, and it's just an extra that my boyfriend loves it, and he always gives me a compliment whenever I wear it. Nightfall Patchouli it's patchouli in the best way possible. It's bright, it's uplifted, it's sweet, it's addictive. The notes in here are patchouli, cinnamon, and benzoin. I'm sure there's much more, but that's what's listed, and it's just amazing. You get like a sweet, spicy patchouli scent with like a beautiful kind of resinous, warm touch. It's just addictive, very, very sexy, very delicious on the skin. For me, I get around like 6 to 8 hours of very good wear with a nice minimal projection. It is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. And that's all I can say. I absolutely love this one, and yes, it is one of my partner's favorite fragrances on me out of my entire collection. Nightfall. It's late. Nightfall Patchouli from Carolina Herrera. Next up, we're going to talk about a BDK, and I never talk about this fragrance ever. It is Rouge Smoking. You guys can see I have worn this scent because I do actually love it, but I really have to be in the mood for this fragrance. And for me, this definitely fits like a party vibe. Also, Pas Ce Soir fits a party vibe, and also Ambre Safrano fits a party vibe. I was kind of torn between putting in Ambre Safrano or Rouge Smoking, but I wanted to put in Rouge Smoking. I wanted a cherry fragrance in here, and for me, this just smells so incredible, you guys. This is a delicious, very warm, rounded, and creamy, buttery cherry scent. You have the cherry, but it's equally balanced with the almond, with the vanilla, with the cherry, with the tonka. It's just perfectly rounded, very, very cocooning. Like whenever I think of a cocooning scent, I think of Rouge Smoking because it really feels like a blanket, and I absolutely adore the fragrance. Yes, I don't wear it all the time, but I still do wear it. Whenever I am craving something very warm and cocooning, Rouge Smoking is perfect. It's sweet, but not too sweet. I definitely feel the nutty facet coming from the almond, which is just very delicious and very comforting, like I said. And overall, it is just a 12 out of 10 scent. And I really feel like this is a sexy party fragrance. Like another one to wear with like a red lip, a beautiful dress, and spray on Rouge Smoking. I think it would just be incredible. Longevity and projection on my skin is around 8 hours with a nice minimal projection. So love, love, love Rouge Smoking. It's so gorgeous. A beautiful fragrance from BDK, and yeah, I love it. So next up, we have a fragrance from Kajal, and it is Lamar. I have never spoken about this fragrance, but I'm gonna spoil you and tell you that I absolutely adore the scent. This is the sort of fragrance that whenever I want to appeal to other people, this is the type of fragrance that I wear. And I'm going to tell you guys a few layering combos that I like to wear with Lamar. I like to mix Herbe Pura and Lamar on top of each other, or La Capitale and Lamar on top of each other, or Baccarat and Lamar. I like to make a lot of mixes with this fragrance. Now, Lamar for me is one of the best fruity fragrances I've tried. Like, this is a very, very fruity scent, but done right. The fruitiness in here is not too cutesy and girly. It's not sophisticated by any means, but it's very sexy and very flirtatious. You have pineapple, you have red berries. I'm not sure what other fruits are in here, but for me, I get a very like tropical fruitiness mixed with a touch of rose. There is not too much rose in here where it smells like a rose predominant fragrance. For me, it's predominantly a fruity amber scent, but you do feel a hint of rose, and it has a beautiful kind of muskiness going on as well. So think of a fruity ambery scent with a touch of rose and musk, and it's just addictive, sexy, powerful. For anyone that likes Baccarat Rouge 540 or any sort of fragrances within that line, you should try Lamar because it's even better, if I can say that. This fragrance for me just screams party, and let me tell you guys, this fragrance is a huge compliment getter. Like a huge compliment getter. If that's something that you care about, try Lamar because you're gonna get complimented. I can guarantee you something about this DNA, and I didn't put it in my previous video and I should have, of man-eater perfumes. Whenever I wear Lamar, I always get a compliment. It is such a huge crowd pleaser and it really smells fantastic. Longevity and projection is amazing on this fragrance. It lasts 8 to 10 hours with a nice minimal projection, and it's just a crowd pleaser. I love it. Fantastic party scent. For the more fun and maybe a bit wild person, I would recommend Lamar. So next up we have Instant Crush from Mancera. I picked this up a few months ago at like an outlet, so I got a really good price on it, and I haven't ever spoken about it, and I don't know why, because I will tell you guys what I like to do with Instant Crush. I like to use this fragrance as a base layer to a lot of my fragrances. So for me, I feel like Instant Crush, of course it has a slight similarity to like Baccarat Rouge vibe, but I actually prefer Instant Crush, if that is okay to say. I love to use Instant Crush as like a base layer to my fragrances. Now, am I recommending that you do exactly the same? No, I'm actually putting this fragrance in this list as its own individual scent because for me, it really smells like a party scent. It's sweet, it's woody. You have that saffron spice that's in Baccarat Rouge. You have the amberwood that's in Baccarat Rouge. You have some floral notes in there. You have a nice musky woodiness underneath, and it just smells fantastic. It might be one of my favorite like Baccarat Rouge interpretations. This one might be one of my favorites because I actually love it by itself and I love to mix it with other things as well. And if you wanted a little hint, those two together, if you own them, try it, thank me later. I'm not gonna say anything else because that is a killer combination. So Instant Crush from Mancera. Longevity and projection on this one is really good, as per usual with Mancera and Montal fragrances. Longevity and projection is great on this one and I just love it. It's a big compliment getter, a big crowd pleaser again, and it smells freaking fantastic. So love, love, love. My last recommendation is Black Orchid from Tom Ford. If you're ballsy enough to wear this one, wear it, especially on New Year's. This fragrance is spectacular. It's a masterpiece. It's iconic. It's absolutely iconic. This fragrance to me is so spectacular and rather intimidating, actually. Like whenever I smell this fragrance, I think, can I wear that? Like, can I wear this fragrance? I always have a certain amount of respect for anyone that wears Black Orchid. That's a great scent to be recognized by. Black Orchid, if you don't know how it smells, I have the Eau de Toilette here, but I want to get the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum actually. It's very pungent. It's very warm, it's spicy, it's musky, it's woody, it's sweet, but not too sweet. It's such a strange fragrance, but so beautifully done. Like, it's strange and beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I totally recommend this one for a party setting. It's so dark, it's almost a bit smoky, and it smells like masculinity, but it smells a bit like femininity. It's just a crazy fragrance, and I love it so much. As you guys can imagine, the longevity and projection on here is unstoppable. Like, try to wash this off. Good luck trying, or die trying, because it's really one that is going to stay on your skin for hours and hours and hours on end. So I absolutely love it, and I think it's a fantastic, fantastic party fragrance to wear this season. So that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about my top 12 or 13, I forgot how many I have in here, fragrances for a party. All of these were unisex. Of course, I kind of mentioned if one leaned more feminine or masculine, but for me, all of those are unisex. You can wear them as a man or a woman, and they just smell freaking amazing. So thank you guys again for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.